listening to Sport Talk with D-Walt. I'm your host, D-Walt, and on this show, I got my good buddy Randy. What's going on, man?
What's going on, D Wall?
Oh, baby, I'm living the dream. I got you on the show. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get on into it. We're talking about fishing and the Tennessee Vols on this podcast. And so, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into the fishing part of it. Got a few things to ask you. We're going to start with the past. So let's hear about in the past of going with your dad or your friends or your cousins.
Well, what got me started fishing, I've been fishing most of all my life. I'm gonna say my dad fished, and I think his dad took him fishing. But back then, back in the early '60s, he didn't have a boat. They'd go fish off the bank. But as I remember, my dad taking me about 10 when I was 10 or 11 years old, first time fishing, and it's just something we always done. From there, I mean, always. We still do it. Me and him still goes. Whenever he's in his, he'll be 83 this year. It's coming up in 2026, and when he can go, he'll still go with me. It's just something we've done for. I mean, I'm I'm in my mid 50s, and for as long as I can remember, that's just part of me now. Fishing is my life.
Okay. That's cool to hear that he goes with you and stuff. That's cool, and that he get that he goes with you still, and that's good to hear. That's a good little backstory there. So let's talk about now. So do you go with your wife? Do you go with your kids? Who you go with?
Well, a lot of times now, when I go, we've got a camper that we take down and we leave it down there in Gunnersville at South Saudi Creek. And I'll go, and sometimes if my wife, she'll get up. She won't get up early in the mornings whenever I go early, like daylight, but later in the evening, if it's a nice day, she'll get out and she'll go with me. And my boys, they used to go with me, but now they're working and everything else. They don't get to go like they used to. And but that's just part of it. You get, it's even at our job. Sometimes it's hard for us to even to get off and go. But whenever I do, she'll go with me. If not, I go by myself. And I mean, I used to fish a lot of tournaments. I just only fish maybe one a year now.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I get the part. At work, it's hard to. I get it. It's hard to get off, and we're busy on the Saturday sometimes and during the week. And
yeah,
I guess with it getting dark late in the summertime, you probably get to go maybe
uh,
after work.
yeah. I go a few times after work, not much. When we work a lot of crazy hours, I don't do as much. But like on Fridays, whenever we ain't got to work the weekends, I'll load up and I'll go out. I'll go fish Friday evening, a lot, but not much. But it's something. It's part of me. I love it. That's just
I'll probably go about once a year or so. But I got a question for you. So is it called crappie or crappie fishing?
crappie fishing.
Crappie
That's
fishing.
what I call it. I mean, and there's another question. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Have you ever heard of Lake Weiss?
I have not. No.
Okay. Some people call it Weiss. Some people
Uh,
call it Weiss.
East.
It's over in Cedar Bluff, Alabama. It's on the other side of Fort Payne. On You go across Lookout Mountain, it comes over and it's over, and it's a big. It used to be. It's still they call it the crappie capital of the world. But yeah, around here, some people call it Weiss and some people call it Weiss.
Hmm.
But it's just everybody's got their own nicknames for everything.
Yeah, they
But
do. So do you fish for bass more or crappie or
I
white
fish,
bass or striped
I
bass?
I fish for bass. I will. It's been a while since I crappie fished, and but a lot of times I'll fish for whatever will hit my lure.
Okay. Yeah.
But I
Um. So do you use a fake bait or a live bait?
Fake bait.
Fake bait.
I use a lot of people. If you know anything, it's called chatterbait. I throw a lot of vibrating jigs, chatterbaits, and plastic worms, and rattle traps. I mean, top water. I love throwing a frog. I love throwing top water with bait. A lot of the pictures you've seen me post on
Yeah,
Facebook,
yeah.
it's been caught whenever early in the morning or late in the evening throwing a frog across grass. And I mean, it's just something. If you ever caught one on top water, I call it that's my drug of choice
Mm.
because I mean it just does get your adrenaline flowing and you or see something like come up there and explode on it. It just
Oh yeah. So let's talk about that a little bit. So let's say you throw it out there and then you cast it out there and you start to bring it and then it kind of bites. So that feeling of it biting on, is it just a something that you just get excited about it?
I get excited about it. I mean sometimes I'll get overexcited. I'll yank it out of their mouth for to take it.
Oh,
Sometimes
okay.
it just I mean it's just I don't know. It's just something that's it's just oh man gets my heart pumping.
Oh yeah, I bet it's something that yeah, probably well, each time it happens, it just it you know, probably don't get old. So that's what I was kind of curious on there. So let's talk about like now. So it's kind of cold out there now. Is it best to fish it in the wintertime, or do they kind of lay low, or you know?
Well, I know there's a lot of people. I mean, now you used to. I mean, years ago, I guess they still people done it, but a lot of people fishes now all year round. I mean, 12 months out of the year. I don't fish much now, like in the cold weather, but the cold weather, if you can really do it, you can catch a good fish because what it is, they start schooling up and eating on them minnows and stuff, and they will get big. You can catch. I mean, I think what was it, 9 years, 8 or 9 years ago, the Tennessee world record come out of Chester Frost Park over there, and the guy
Okay.
caught it in January.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, and it was 14. I think it's 14 something. And now, right now, from January and February is a time nice. Even but I just can't go out there when it's 20 degrees anymore. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I got suits that I can
Yeah.
stay warm in, but it ain't that what kills you. It's the part driving from one point to the next. You freeze your noodle off. Excuse my French. You freeze your noodle off, and it hurts.
Yeah, like I feel like on those boats, it's just I feel like with the wind and the
The wind,
getting
yeah,
splashed maybe by the water and just
yeah,
I see it being tricky this time of year because it's it's high or it's low in different spots.
yeah.
Is it kind of hard to tell on the boat if it's kind of shallow?
Well, now, I mean, the way the fishing industry and the way technology has changed so much,
Mm,
a lot of these depth finders, they'll tell you how deep you are, and you can pull up your map. You got some of them's got a mapping on there. It's a GPS, and it'll highlight your depth, so
okay.
you can kind of watch where you're going now. Where 30 years ago, you didn't have all that.
Okay.
And I mean, it's changed. The fishing industry has really took off, and I mean, it's yeah. I mean, it's amazing what's happened. What they can see do now.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
makes sense. I bet there's all kind of things that you can buy for boats, whether it's a fish finder or whether it's the depth. I'm sure there's all kind of cool things you can buy.
yeah, they got these things now. I mean, in which a lot of people don't like it, and I mean, I don't have one, but I mean, it's called Live Scope. It's like a video game. You can throw your bait out there and you can watch it drop, and you can watch it. You can sit there and see the fish. You can see, well, it don't show a picture of fish, but you know what it is. They say after you do it, it looks like a blur, and you can see something bouncing, and you can watch the fish bite it. And I've not done that, but I mean, it's changed so much in the past. I mean, they update it every year. I mean, it's just amazing what happens, how things go on.
Hmm. So these fish you catch, are they kept or do you toss them back?
9 times out of 10, I'll throw them back.
Okay.
I ain't kept none in a while. One, I I doubt we'd eat. I mean, if I caught a good mess of crappie, or crappy,
Yeah.
I'd probably clean it. But a bass, I mean, uh, they all eat good to me, but I
Right.
don't know if we'd eat them. Probably, you know what I mean? So I
That
just
makes
don't
sense.
keep it.
Yeah, that makes sense. It probably you catch it, and then you gotta like clean them, and it
You got to clean them.
take a lot of
That's the
time.
hardest. That's the hardest part. The nastiest part.
Yeah, I can see that being maybe smelly to just
Yeah.
messy and um yeah, so let's talk about back to like the hot months. So do you wake up early and go, or go like late in the late?
Well, I usually will wake up and get out there about to break of daylight. I try to
Okay,
get out there before daylight. And you want to be there. The prime time they say catching them is right when daylight hits. And I mean,
okay,
and what I usually do is I'll get out there about daylight, and when it's hot, like July and June, which some people's already off I'll fished about 9 or 10 o'clock, and I'll come in. And when we stay down there at our camper, I'll just have the boat tied up, and I'll go back out that evening about say 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock when the sun starts coming down. You can
yeah,
see it starting cooling down a little bit, and I'll go back out and fish about dark.
okay, yeah. That sounds pretty fun to me. But yeah, I was curious on that on the time of day that you like to go, and if they bite better in the evening or at sunrise.
Well, they say, and I mean, when it's hot, like in your hot days, July and
Yeah.
August, they say your better bites come in the late in the evening because where we live at here in the Tennessee Valley, all these rivers are run off the dams. And
Okay.
whenever it's hot here or at your house, you're gonna turn that air conditioner off, and they say that when you see them dams moving, turning water,
Yeah.
that makes the water churn, and when the water churns, the feed moves.
Mm,
They're just like a creature of. I mean, they're creatures of habit. They'll move when current moves, finding the cooler water.
hmm.
It's odd how it works. If you like, you see a stream of water, they'll be usually they'll want to go to that stream of water because if say the temperature is 70 degrees, if that water's moving there, that water temperature where that stream's moving, it may be 4 or 5 degrees cooler, so they're going to go over to that cooler water. Just like us, when we're hot, we're going to go lay underneath the air conditioner.
Ah,
We're going to find the vent to lay underneath.
I like that.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it there. So do fish more like the docks, or are they more like the trees that are in the water?
It all depends. They want shade. They'll want a
Mm,
shade. So they'll lay under the docks. They'll lay under trees, on which around here you see a lot of grass, milfoil.
mm,
Now they'll get up in that milfoil and grass or hydrilla or whatever they want to call it at that time, and they'll go deep down in that. And that's where you throw them frogs and they'll pitch and punch in there. But that's where you throw that frog across there and work it. They'll be underneath it. It may be only 2 or 3 foot deep, but they can hear it. They, they say fish don't see, they hear. They say them lines that run down them, that's what they hear off of. Them, I've never understood some of it, but that's what everybody says. So I don't. So that's why you see a lot of people throwing baits that makes a lot of racket because they hear it, and that's what they a lot of times they're hitting the stride, hitting what they hear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that either. That's cool to learn. Do fish like it if it's choppy water or calm water?
I don't think it matters as long as there's some current there.
Okay, so they
But I
don't.
like it when it's a little calm. I
Okay.
like a little chop on the water, but not much of a chop.
Right.
And then if the wind's blowing, if I like a little bit of a breeze because when a little bit of breeze, it'll blow the minnows into like you fishing a bank or a rocky point. The wind will blow them minnows up in there, and they'll get up on them banks, and it'll blow the minnows into the bank.
Right, okay, that's kind of a good question I've got for you coming up now. Is so let's talk about like certain kind of baits that hit better. You think by the bank, or do you use one that if you're out there kind of deep, certain kind that's better for out deep water fishing?
If I was fishing a bank, I'd be
Yeah.
throwing something like a chatterbait, a vibrating jig. I'd throw it up there and just slow roll it because of what it does. If I thought I'd got some out of my tackle box, brought them in here and show them, maybe it makes a vibration, and you can put plastic chunks on there to make it look different. I mean, you got minnows and stuff, like fake minnows, and that makes it look like I mean, a bait, and then throw it up there and slow roll it off through there, and it'll just, I mean, that's what I fish a lot on that. And I throw plastic worms, and some of my plastic worms will look like crawls. So fish love crawfish. They'll love
Oh,
crawfish. You throw a little crawfish up there, mostly during the spawn, say March and April. You throw your little crawfish up there, get you brown color, any type of brown and red in there. They'll usually eat it pretty good.
okay. On average, so do you catch maybe like five fish on a trip, or do you catch double digits?
Sometimes it all depends. There's been times I've went out there and I've caught one, and there's
Yeah.
been times. I mean, I usually catch by myself when I go. I catch 4 or 5 fish a day myself. I have caught more, but on an average, probably 4 or 5 fish a day.
Well, that's pretty good. I
If
mean,
I go out, I mean, but a lot of as I got, which I mean, I'll say this. I try to catch better fish now. We're used
okay.
to I'd go out there and I'd want to catch 30 or 40 fish. I didn't care what they look like. Now I won't catch one that 5 or 6 pound. Bigger fish is always better to me.
All right. So, about this like ML uh, Major
The
League Fishing, is that what?
major league fishing.
Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about that.
Okay, I know, and I think it's somewhere around. It's either the end of February or 1st of March. Major league fishing is going to start. They're going to have their big tournament down here on Gunnersville. They're going to have it one week, and then a couple weeks later, the Bassmasters are going to have one down here at Gunnersville.
Okay.
I mean, the difference between the Major League Fishing and the Bassmasters,
Yeah.
Major League Fishing, they go by every fish counts. So you go out there and every fish you can't catch, as long as it's over 2 pounds, you get to weigh it, and it goes by. Say you catch 20 fish and they're 2 pounds a piece, you got 60 fish for the day. And
Right.
it goes by whoever's got the most weight by the end of 3 or 4 days. It's usually a 4 day tournament. I think Major League's 4 days. Bassmasters, they go 5 fish, your best 5 fish, and they'll break it down. Day one and day two is they'll have 150 to 200 boats in there. Day one or day two, the, the top 50 will get to fish your third day, and then the top 10 will get to fish your fourth day. And it's 5 fish, your best 5 fish. And that's what mostly my standard. The tournaments I fished, and I mean, I hadn't fished in a while. I fished a big tournament in a while, but usually it's the best 5 fish.
So
And I
those guys,
mean,
I kind of feel like they go out there and it's like a job for them. Is that correct?
yeah, it is.
So they got to go out there and
That's
catch.
their job.
That's their job.
I mean, I don't. I've seen a lot of them. I mean, and they'll tell you. I mean, it it's got to be an expensive sport.
Oh yeah, I
I
bet.
mean, how you think about it? I mean, you're looking at 50 and 60 thousand dollar bass boats, and I mean, and they're. I think their entry fee is $5,000 to $6,000 a tournament, and some of them don't even draw a check sometimes. And I'm like, man, that's a big gamble. But they say I've heard one guy talking about. He said it's like he said. you're just gambling on yourself. If you may not do good this one, but the next one you win. I think if you finish sometimes in the top 50, you'll get $10,000. Well, if you paid $5,000 for your term, you got your double money back. But if you didn't do nothing the tournament before, you kind of might have just broke even. That's why
Yeah.
they use a lot of sponsors to help
Hmm.
them here and there.
Okay, well, that's going to lead me into the big question. This is for Mark. Anybody else at work that's been hearing the rumors? Oh, I heard. I'll just go ahead and ask you, man. I heard a rumor. You got your Lincoln Electric
I got a
shiny two
link.
motor boat. So,
Yeah, I got a
so
Lincoln. I didn't want the truth out. My boat is sponsored by Lincoln Electric.
okay.
That's what Mark likes to say. I wished I could be sponsored by Lincoln Electric. I wouldn't be working all them hours. I'd be fishing more often, but it'd be nice. It'd be nice.
All right. So tell us all. So, so your boat is it green? Is that correct? Is it like a
Yeah, it's
1993?
a green. It's a teal green.
Okay, that's what I
It's a
thought.
it's a my boat is an older boat.
Yeah.
I've got a 94 model Stratus 201 20-foot boat with a 200 on it.
Okay.
And I mean, back 94, that was the top of the line. And I mean,
Right.
but now, I mean, I've updated it some. I've
Right.
put some new batteries, new trolling motor, one of them new trolling motors that you can just if I was smart enough, I can program it and it tell me go on my depth finder, move here to here and there. It'll go back and forth, but I ain't that smart yet. But I do have a thing where if I catch a fish and I want to stop, I hit a button on my trolling motor and it'll keep me stationary in that one spot.
Okay.
And so I mean, that's just something I've got this in the past few years.
All right. It's good to have all those features. It probably helps you.
It,
Well,
it it helps. It helps. I mean, and it's really nice. Like I said, I mean, they got them now. I ain't got it on mine yet, but I'm going to buy one. Which I fish now a lot by myself. Now, when my dad goes, it ain't no big deal. I'll put him in the water and he'll take the boat and crank it up. But they got a thing now. You can put your boat in the water, and once you drop it in the water, you get out. You hit a button on got a remote. You hit a button, and the trolling motor drop down, and it's just a remote control, and you can lead your boat wherever you want to go. I
oh,
mean, which I ain't got all that, but I've seen
mhm.
people doing it, and I'm like, man, but
Yeah, that's pretty unique, I guess. Yeah, with fishing, it gets very high tech, just like
it
any
gets
other
high
hobby.
tech. It's very high tech.
Yeah, that's uh that's something right there. It's pretty cool to hear with all that. Oh, but boat wise, it's cool that it's old, but it just kind of shows that if you take care of it and you
Yeah,
change your oil and
change the
get it
oil,
all taken
keep it.
care of, it lasts a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah, and I mean I've kept it in a garage up there at my mom and dad's. Which my dad he helped me a lot pay for it. I was blessed. My dad he helped me a lot pay for it, and then we got another boat for him to go sometimes because it is a bigger boat and it is hard to take care of, take out by yourself sometimes. But I've kept it in the garage all the time, and I mean, so that's the main thing. It's just like which I try to take care of anything you get because it'll last you. And I mean, so that's the main thing, just taking care of it and keeping it up. And if something tears up, fix it. Don't drag your feet and say, I ain't gonna work on it now, I'll work on it later. I try to fix it right then, get it fixed and stuff like that. But I mean, that's just something you gotta do. I've tried to do. I tried to do.
Yeah, that's always good to take care of your business and don't let it drag out into the next year and whatnot like that. Anything else you got on fishing, Randy?
And just I mean, it's just something I don't I mean, I'd like to go. I like to go right. I wouldn't want to go right now, but they say
Mhm.
next week it's supposed to warm up. I mean, I'd say we'll have to work since it's the end of the year, but if it wasn't working, I might try to go fishing.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we were off more and you go more often, but I guess you can get to go when you get to go, and
Yeah.
that's what it's all about is getting to go. So, all right, well, I think we're gonna shift on to some Tennessee football.
Oh, let's talk some balls.
Oh man,
Now,
so
let
let's
me tell you, let me ask you
yeah,
something.
yeah,
Since you're doing all these podcasts and got
yeah,
all these people coming on these podcasts, you go when we play Georgia Tech down there. Are you going to do a live show down there and have
um,
all your people on there?
yeah. I'm gonna have a live show with all the guests that's come on. They're all gonna come on by the
All
table, and we're all
right,
gonna
that'll
give our
work. That'll
opinions.
work. I like that.
Come on down. I'm buying the tickets and everything, so we're gonna get in for free. And but yeah, it's fun to have these shows, and it's fun to get everybody's thoughts on what's going on. So as a Tennessee fan, let's just break it down real quick. 8-4 this year. What would you take uh, 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 on the year?
I'll be honest with you. I thought I was a little disappointed, but thinking about it I mean, of course, you always want to be what is it, 12-0, but I knew that was out of the ordinary. I mean, I think we should have beat Georgia. That's the game I think was the turning point for us. If we could have played, I mean, if you, I'm not saying nothing bad about the coaching, but I mean, if he'd made that field goal, it'd been different ball game. But I still think, I mean, we just got outplayed by Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's good. Vanderbilt's turned it around, but I think we should have beat Georgia. We had Georgia beat, and that. I mean, 8-4. I'm okay with that this year. I am. I mean, I seen that we made a coach. They got fired, Banks, and supposed to be getting this new guy coming in. And I mean, I don't know. He last year he coached Ohio State and they won the national championship. So we may. Yeah, I think we needed to do a coaching change in the defense. Our defense, but I do know also we did have a lot of players hurt at the beginning of the year. So
Yeah, 8-4 for me is just like I said before. It's just okay. When you know you can do better, and
yeah,
just it kind of all goes back to some games in the past, like Georgia, like you said, make that field goal. Alabama, we don't throw that pick six.
yeah.
Just little things here and there could have been a big difference.
I think if we'd have beat Georgia and then we didn't do that pick six right before half against Alabama, I believe the season would have been a little different. It's just I mean, because if you, I mean, kids I've seen in the past, they run off of momentum. And when they got the momentum going, they're going to play better. And they just never got the big win this year that they, like what was it, last year we beat Oklahoma in Oklahoma. That made a big difference in our season, I think. But I don't know. I
Yeah, we
mean,
just didn't have that big win this year. I feel like as a fan, you want to see the big win
do you want to see the
against
big
a ranked
win? I
team.
mean, we never beat a good ranked team, and
No.
that's, I mean, which I mean, I, I've heard different people talk. I mean, you think about it. We went to the playoffs last year. The year before, if they'd have been a what is it? What is it now? A 12-team playoff?
12 team.
If
Yeah.
it'd been the year before, we'd been in the playoffs if they had a 12-team playoff. So I mean, really, we're not that bad off.
No.
We ain't got the. I like Aguilera, I do, but he's not a top ranked quarterback. But he's scrappy, and I like that. But I mean, we had a lot. We lost a lot last year. I mean, I mean, we had Dylan Sampson. He, I mean, look what he done, and I mean, Nico's a different question. Nico could stay in California for all I care. That's just my opinion. But we lost a lot on our running backs last year, and this year our running backs started coming on. Bishop, he done pretty good, but and we're always going to have the receivers. Heupel always can recruit some receivers. We just need a good top ranked quarterback, I think, and I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I think that was one spot on the field with this year we just didn't seem to have with he threw a lot of interceptions and whatnot, and
Yeah, I mean,
just
he had an arm. I mean, I will say that he had an arm, but he couldn't throw the long bomb like say Milton the year before. What was it? Not Nico, but then you had Joe Milton. Man, he could throw
Yeah,
up ball 100 yards, but
yeah,
is it going to be accurate? And
right.
one other thing, can they catch it? Because it's going to be so hard.
Yeah, they just got to get somebody in there, and hopefully they'll get a transfer or they'll get somebody for next year. That'd be good. Oh, what is your playoff system that you would want to see?
I'll tell you what, I like the 12 game playoffs is has been great. My opinion, I like to see a 24 game playoffs.
Yeah,
Take your top 24 teams. Don't care if you win your championship or not. I mean, to me, you could even take the championships out. It's just another game. For your championship, start your daggum playoffs and do a 24 game playoff. You top 24 teams in that the coaches pick and the A and your coaches poll and your AP poll and go with it from there. That's my opinion.
yeah,
I,
I like
I
it.
mean,
It's
I
something
mean,
different, and
and you're
there's some.
always going to have, this year you hear, which I do believe Vanderbilt. I'm not a Vanderbilt fan. My wife, she likes Vanderbilt. I'm not a Vanderbilt fan, but they did get shafted, I think, this year. I think you got somebody like Alabama with 3 losses, and you got Vanderbilt with 2 losses, and their 2 losses come from SEC teams, and they not getting a shot at it. That'd give teams like that a better shot at it to me.
Yeah, I feel like the small teams can get the shaft, like you said, and it's unfortunate. But if it's about the money or the history, they're not going to get the love.
Yeah, that's what it's come down to more than anything. They put Alabama in because they knew Alabama people was going to travel.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter they will go where the Alabama fans will go wherever the Alabama goes, and when they lose, you'll hear them cry like big old babies. But I mean, that's just Alabama's always got the love. And I'm surprised. And see, Notre Dame, I think they had a good shot. They only had 2 losses, and their 2 losses was at the beginning of the year. What was it? First game they lost it was to Miami, and then what was it? Texas A&M.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost to 2 top ranked teams. I mean, and they didn't get in. Which I mean, I do think you got what is it? James Madison and what's that
Yeah.
other team that got in this year?
Tulane.
Tulane.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they won their conference, but are they going to be able to compete against a top ranked team?
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
so.
They're going to get mopped up against them, is my opinion.
That's my opinion too. I mean,
Uh,
you should have put somebody in there like that's why I think if you went to a top to 20, I mean, even 16, but I really would like to say a 24 game play. Well, but if to me, I love football. I'd watch football all year round. So, I mean, we play all the way into February. It'd be happy with me, but that's just me. I love football.
let's talk about the bowl game for Tennessee this year. Heading to Nashville. Are you excited? Are you just like Are you like it's going to
Yeah.
be cold? And it's because if it was in Florida, then it's cool for the fans because then they get to travel
I,
when it's
I
warm.
mean, I guess Music City Bowls. I mean, I don't. That's probably a pretty good bowl game for us. I mean, yeah, I like seeing them go to Florida, maybe play in the Gator Bowl, but I mean, we played music. They picked they. I say music. The Music City Bowl people wanted Tennessee to come because they knew Tennessee was going to burn. They going Tennessee is kind of like Alabama to a certain extent. The fans travel good, and if you're in state, they're going to really travel.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's a fan base that travels well and they're passionate, and
Yeah,
we want to see our team do better, of course, but we'll take what we can get. And for me, it's Music City Bowl. It's going to be something where these players are opting out or going to the pros and whatnot. And I saw a few names today that were going to the pros already, and I mean that's why they come to Tennessee is
yeah.
to show how good they are and then go to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, Heupel's done good on recruiting.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was wanting him gone, wanting him gone. I still think he's the man for the job right now. And I mean, but I mean, I seen one of it. What was it? McCord? Ain't he the one going out early?
Oh, I think so. I think it was him and one other guy. I heard today on the radio. Um,
Yeah,
I
I
think
seen
announced.
something. I couldn't remember who else, but yeah. So I mean, I hate to see them, but I understand why they're doing it.
All right. Let's talk about next year a little bit. We got a tough schedule. We got Georgia Tech, we got
Lord,
Alabama, Auburn, LSU, Texas, Texas A&M, Vandy are some of the names. That's tough.
the man, we're going. I'll tell you what. If we go 8-4 next year, I'll be happy. I mean, what is it? Texas A&M. I mean, Texas A&M. I mean, they're a good team to do. I think they. I still. I think they should be playing. They should have played Georgia instead of Alabama in the SEC championship game. That's my opinion. I know they didn't, but Texas A&M's tough. Man, we're gonna have to play the lane train again. And are we playing them in Baton Rouge?
I think they're coming to Tennessee,
Okay,
I
that's
believe.
a little bit better. If we was going to Baton Rouge, that's bad. It's hard to win down there, but I mean, we got Texas, man. We're Lord, we're gonna be. I just thought we ain't gonna have to play Georgia this year. We might beat Georgia, but that gum we even went worse. I think I'd rather play Georgia, play all them other ones.
So let's just say the season doesn't go the best. Do we see the coach come back next year, or does he get canned mid-year?
I'd say, I'd say if he goes 8-4, he might be safe. But if he's, I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of old school. I just don't like this coaching. Which I mean, yeah, he's built. I guess it's got a lot to do with if he gets any kids hurt, if any players get hurt, and he goes 8-4, he'll be all right. But if he's got all of his top players and he goes 8-4, I could see the fan base wanting him gone.
Yeah, with college football these days, man, it
Yeah, I
just
mean,
gets
God.
out of control with them getting fired so quick.
But the thing about it is, who out there would you get that would want to come to there? I
Right.
mean, that's what you got to look at. I mean,
You just got to sit back and let it cook and let the coach do his thing and just trust the process.
trust the process. But it's all about money anymore. And that's the only thing I always love college football. That's the one thing I don't like about it. It's turned into a money racket.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. It's getting out of control when the what they pay these guys and how they come and just jump around from year to year.
And I mean, I don't get me wrong. I think the NIL was good. I mean, I do. I believe. Do I believe some of the players needed to get paid? Yes, I do. But I mean, they are getting a free. Like nine times nine, most of them are getting a free education. So
Yeah.
I mean, if they're good players, they're going to play pro. Then after that, if they got any education, they can go get them a job somewhere else, making some even better money. So I mean, I don't know. Like what was it, Nico? That one year he made $1 million to ride the pine. I'm like, good Lord, I'd go out there and ride the pine for even a half. I would give me $100,000. I'd go out there and ride the pine for 100. But
Yeah, I would too.
I mean, it's just crazy what they pay them.
Right. Um, well, you got anything else uh on the balls?
Eh, I don't think so. Well, let me ask you,
Yeah.
what do you think we're going to do against Georgia Tech next year?
You know, it's gonna be a tough game. I feel
Are we
like it's
playing? Are we playing in Georgia at the Georgia Dome, or is it going to be
at
in
Tech. I believe
at
it's
Tech?
at
I
Georgia
didn't
Tech.
know. You know, I knew how. What is it? Always the first game of the year they usually go travel
Yeah.
somewhere. I didn't know if they was going to do that this
I
year.
believe it's gonna be at Tech this year, which I like that as a fan. I
I
like to see
like
him
that.
at
I
the
do
home.
like that. I do like that. That
But
is a good idea.
I think if the loser, I feel like it's must win. I feel like if you lose, then you better win the next 11. Otherwise, it's gonna be a hot seat. But I think Tennessee is gonna be in for something, and I'm gonna go with Georgia Tech. I'm gonna pull a little something different. I'm gonna say Georgia Tech gets the win next year.
No, I'm gonna say the Vols gonna go to Atlanta because they're gonna travel down there. That ain't that far for us to travel, and it's
Right.
gonna be I don't know.